Really, the subject that I wanted to talk with you about today is the subject around values. It could be said that what we value, we love. We tend to love those things we value, and we tend to be repulsed by or push away people who do not value the same things as us. We call them names, we categorize them, we judge them as unfit, or we reject their friendship or their businesses, or we reject them as people if they have a different set of values from us. You are attracted to those people who you believe have the same values as you, who you think have the same values as you. That is sufficient, is to believe that somebody values the same things that you do. Now, you may find out later that they don't, or their values may change, or your values may change. That doesn't mean that it's a reason to move apart or be repulsed by. And so we're going to look at what are values, what are your values. So when we do private sessions at Embrace Growth, or when we do our seminars and we ask questions of people, most people have not deeply examined what is their personal values. You know, if we were to get out a list of values, if you were to look up what are values on Google or something, you could get a list of about 50 some odd words that are in the category one calls values. So I'm sure that you have many values, and I suspect that you have not taken the time to write them down. If you were to start making a list of your values without having to check and see what are everybody else's, but just set your own, then you would probably come up with a dozen or so words. Some of you would come up with 40 words, some of you would come up with 3 words. But if you keep digging and going deeper and deeper, you will find that there are certain things that you really value. And I'm going to tell you how you can begin to find them. And that is, a value is something that when you see it or experience it, when you hear of it, when you express it, or it is expressed to you, it gives you a feeling of chills, or you'll have an emotion. You may have tears come to your eyes, or you may have tears of joy, laughter. It will cause a physiological response in you. And when those values are violated, when they're trampled upon, when they're crushed, when somebody expresses or goes against those values that you hold as sacred, then you experience another kind of emotion called anger, rage. You will fight for this. You will argue for this. You may even be willing to give your life for those values, to fight against anything that would trample those values. And a value is not something you necessarily can see. You can see the effects of it, just like you can't see the wind, but you can see the trees blowing. So you see the effects of the wind, but you don't actually see the wind. And a value is very much like that. You see the effects of values on a person's life, on their relationships, on their possessions, on the things that they spend their time doing. So whatever you're spending your time doing may not be one of your deep values. It may be what we call a default value. Values are things such as love, integrity, honesty, compassion. Could be hard work. You know, I value the value of hard work. When I see other people working hard, and when I work hard and get something done, I'm inspired by that. Excellence is a value. So take a look and see what are some of your values. When you find them, write them down, and then notice that these are the things that attract you in other people. You're attracted to people who hold similar values. If you are living a life that is not based on your values, that is based on what other people consider to be important or valuable, if your values are based on other people's opinions, their opinion of you, their opinion of life, their opinion of your religion, their opinion of your body, then you're going to have an empty life. It's going to be a life that may be filled with money and cars and homes and jewelry and all the stuff that you say you value, because you will go after those things, and if you're smart enough and successful enough, you will achieve them. However, they will have no real value to you. They will be empty reflections of an empty life. And in the end, you will find all sorts of excuses to get in fights with your loved ones and to have disagreements, or you may live a loveless and sexless life in search of values that were given to you by the outer world. See, I cannot tell you what your inner value is. Only you can find that out for yourself. And so the greatest service that I can do to you is to point you in the direction of where to look in your heart and in your own life at what is your personal values in life. And what is it, not just that you want to get from life or that you value in life, but what is the value that you, personally, you, bring into the world? If you are waiting for other people to value you, to consider you important, in other words, to love you, then you have missed the point of your life. And no matter how much they love you, it'll never be enough anyhow. And so I'm going to keep pointing to this phenomena of searching for and finding and fulfilling your own meaning or purpose in life, so that you actually bring that forth and bring that to life. And then you will find that not only will you be valued and loved and considered somebody of importance to the world, at whatever level you choose to play, you will also find that that value or importance that other people give you, not that it means nothing to you. Everybody wants to be appreciated, of course. Everybody wants to be validated. However, it doesn't change who you are in any way. You would do what you're doing already. You would give what you're giving already, even if nobody notices or acknowledges you or appreciates it, because that is what you're here for. And you will be fulfilled and delighted to continue to give what it is that you are here for, in spite of the lack of appreciation or acknowledgement.